Hey everybody. So I, for some reason, lost the High Elf campaign. I was playing with you guys. It got deleted. I do have another one, and I am going to get back to that. But I downloaded some more mods since that file got corrupted.
Summon the
And
Elector Counts!
one of the big ones was I got Chrisnos' Faction Unlocker, which allows you to, as you can see up top here with the Legendary Lords, recruit from pretty much any faction you want, major or minor. It's pretty incredible, to be honest. Now, obviously, no one would ever have time to play all of these factions, and I would never focus on any of these, minor factions like this, but there is one that I am interested in, and I think you hopefully may be interested in it too. I don't know. We're gonna give it a try, and the faction I want to try out is going to be the Dwarves of Krakadrak, and that
I
would
am
be
the Slayer
Thorgard
King.
Cromson. Now, if you guys don't know, Krakadrak is the only dwarven civilization north of the World's Edge Mountains, and they're pretty much cut off from all of their kin, and they were thought to be a myth or have died off long ago, but um, our friend here, Thorgrim Grudgebear, as you can see here, um, found them, and they actually came back with Thorgrim Grudgebearer, and the fact that he found the Krakajak tribe again and reunited them with the Karazankor, or the Dwarven Empire, that led to Thorgrim actually becoming High King. This is going to be a very, very difficult start position. You have all sorts of people around you. I do know that Norska is coming back next month. I hope that Norska being implemented does not mess up this campaign, but you know what, if it does, at least you got to see the beginning of it. I really enjoyed playing the Dwarves. I haven't played them in a long time, and I think Krakadrak should be in the game as a minor faction. I hope they get put in at some point, but we'll see. As you can see here, I do have some mods that they added, units like Ward Bearers and Huskarls for the Krakadrak faction. I have just a ton of mods on right now. I'd say probably 60, around 60 mods. And I can make a list of those and put them in the description of this video, but I just kind of want to give you a history and a background on this faction. The giant home mountains are united and secure. Krakadrak stands unfallen. But the forces of chaos press closer from all sides, and something stirs in the chaos wastes. Thorgard sees his chance to gut the Norskins and take all that is, by right, the property of the Dawi. By Galbaraz, he will see it done. So, Thorgard is the leader of the Krakadrak dwarves. In the lore, they're much more Norse, so they're much more Viking-like than their southern cousins, and I just think it's really cool. It's really neat. Okay. So, when I said tough starting position, we have, I guess this mod gives Krakadrak, so you start with one province, but the problem is so there's Hellpit here, so here's a Skaven.
The Council's voice.
Right there, they already have 12 units. Then we have Norskins to our right. We have Norskins to our left. And then we have, looks to be Erengrad. So this is a Kislev sub-faction down here. So the first thing I want to do right away is try and see if we can make peace with some of these Kislevites.
Let us toast Ursun to your arrival. Do not worry. I only poison my enemies.
I like it. There we go. Ursun is the god bear of the Kislevites. I really am really hoping that Kislev gets put into Game 3, Total War Warhammer 3. I do not see them being implemented in Total War Warhammer 2.
Those seeking
But
my
they're
counsel
definitely
usually kneel.
a Total War Warhammer 3 faction. So we're getting trade agreements with these guys. Gonna get... And I want... let's do a defensive alliance. Hopefully we can become military allies with the Kislev rather soon. What I want to do...
For the wisdom of Valea.
So you see we have 9 starting units. Let's see what Thorgard has going on. Because again, this is the first time I'm seeing this guy either, guys. It's a really cool model. Really cool. Wow, he has a lot of skills, as you can see. Let's see some of his special skills. He's got the Blue Amber Cuirass. Crafted in solid blocks of local blue amber, framed in Gromro, this marvelous runic armor is said to be eternally polished and preserved by the winds of magic, that is. So this has minus 20% magic resistance and plus 50% miscast chance in a 75-meter range for any target around Thorgard Crompson. Then Drake Splitter, an ancient axe exclusive to the legitimate king of Krakadrak, baptized in dragon blood and sharpened on Kurgan skulls. Wow, so increased public order, armor piercing damage, charge bonus, magical attacks. Melee defense and attack buffs for seemingly almost every melee unit for the dwarves, past dwarven warriors, so that's pretty amazing. And the Mighty Oathstone. If you don't know about this, if you don't have the King and the Warlord DLC, the Mighty Oathstone is from Belegar Ironhammer. And basically an Oathstone is something that dwarves bring around with them, and you know, if they want to make like their final stand on a battle, they throw this Oathstone down, they stand on it, and the dwarf cannot leave that Oathstone on the battlefield unless either they achieve victory in the battle or he dies. If he steps off the Oathstone before either of those happen, he has to become a slayer and basically give up all of his titles and rights that he had in life. Okay, and I guess we'll learn more about these Huskarls. I don't know, I haven't looked into these Huskarl units, but I assume maybe that the Huskarls are in replacement of the Dwarven Warriors. It would make sense that that would be the case. Silverbeard's Grudge. Okay, so he's just got a ton of stuff here. So, and then we have
I have the
Skull
forge fire's glowing.
Fire Skier, a Rune Smith. Very cool. Rune Smith's always handy to have. So we're gonna put him in Thorgard's armor.
Duty is never done.
We are going to upgrade this gem mine. As you can see, this will generate more income, generate more gemstones, give more experience for some of our units, decrease recruitment costs for some of our units, and provide 2 more Huskarls in our garrison. So that's pretty awesome. We're going to build this farm. It's going to increase our growth and income. Yes, I do have a mod for that. Okay. So, okay. Alright, so basically, Krakadrak just has some buffed up infantry to go along with some of the other stuff they have going on. That's cool, I like that. Alright, can I recruit any heroes? And
Let us begin.
what I want to do I want to fortify east or west? I want to go east first. And then what we'll do is we'll go east. We'll fortify over here, and then we'll swing back west. And hopefully the Skaven leave us alone for a while. That would be huge. Alright, so we're gonna go right here. And let's look at his little unit here. I mean, this is very cool. There are so many mods for this game. Let's get a look at them. Very cool unit. Alright, so the last thing we need is research. Okay, never good. That's if you have, how many zeros is that? So if you have 1 billion gold, you can get never gonna give you up. So there we go. So they have a different technology tree than the other dwarves. I will. Okay, income, sacking, rating, and upkeep. Minus 20 growth. Ugh. Minus 5 income, but minus recruitment costs. Okay. Bond of Vengeance. A Bond of Vengeance. The chaos-spurning tribes of Norsca can be trusted to fight on the dwarf side. Their thirst for payback and their valor are just as great as the Dowies. That's pretty cool. So you can get Norscan units in the Krakadrak army. Very cool. Sorry, again, like I said, I did no research on this Krakadrak mod before I picked it up, so this is all really cool to me. Pardon Ogre Three Fingers. The infamous Maroon Master has been exiled after too many of his experiments backfiring. However, he is still one of the most powerful runesmiths in the Giant Home Mountains. So we could forge 2 master runes. Adds path grinders as garrison units for trading depots and guild marketplaces. So path grinders look to be, if you see this little icon over here, they seem to be handgun units. Okay. Well, I don't want to spend the money, and we are in the middle of the Chaos Waste, so I'm going to go with Untainted first. So ward maintenance, making sure the warding stones are still working is the first step towards safety against the taint. And then, okay, so we have construction costs reduced and recruitment costs and recruitment capacity. We have growth and tradable resources, tax rate, and we're going to do Venerate the Ancestors. That will reduce our untainted value and, or increase our untainted value and increase our public order. Frozen Landing. Okay, so good. So they don't have much in the way of units. Alright. Cool. Long first turn, a lot of explaining, I understand, but I think this could be really fun. Very excited about this. Hope everyone is having a good night tonight. I know I am. Just enjoying myself. Nice, quiet evening. I apologize, it's been so long. It's been a very, very long time, so my apologies for that. Alright.
Time for a reckoning.
Oh, and now they have a lord here.
Bring ruin.
Olaf. Okay, so can we reach...
We're
We're gonna try. Yeah, we're gonna declare war.
to slay Oathbreakers. To battle.
Alright, so it looks like we're gonna suffer some attrition. Which stinks. But there's nothing I can do about it. Which also stinks, but whatever. Alright. In the meantime...
That will incur my
Okay,
wrath.
let's see... And Krakadrak should have a unique look to it, yeah. Very cool. Alright, let's see our garrisons. Okay. So, dual-wielding infantry, anti-infantry damage dealer. Then we have Huskarls, runic infantry. Very cool. Quarrelers, we have 2 of those, and 4 Dwarven warriors. So, pretty good garrison, and Krakadrak has walls. So, I'm more worried about getting Skojtraken and Kraka Ravenskak. Ravensvak walls. I'm much more worried about that. I think this first battle in Frozen Landing we should win pretty handily, to be honest. Oh, okay. Well, it's given us pretty good chances. Let's see, we're facing... So the only things I'm really worried about, guys, to be honest, are... Because I know... Because like I said, Thorgard, he's got 120 armor, 75 leadership, a boost to his melee attack already, 65 melee defense, 420 weapon strength. And as you can see, this Marauder hero, he has some good melee attack and good weapon strength, but his armor is not nearly as good. And these Chaos Marauders should go down pretty easily. I am only worried about these Marauder Horsemen. We do have 2 units of Quarrelers versus their 4 ranged cavalry, but I think we should be okay, so let's fight it. This video could be over rather quickly though, guys. If we don't win this battle, it's pretty much calling it a day. But if we win, the Bear Singling are pretty much dead on the spot. Alright, so I have to see what some of these units do. So the Ward Bearers, high magic resistance, armored, shielded. Okay, so I may keep these guys with my my Quarrelers, because I'm assuming the Quarrelers are going to get singled out by the Marauder Horsemen. Then we have the Huskarls, armored, damage dealer, bigger in ardor. They have magic melee attacks, 55 weapon strength. Oh, and they're ranged units too. Very cool. Wow. Wow. Krakadrak has some nice units. Okay, so we will make these guys our front line. The Runesmith will just act as a bodyguard for our legendary lord. And we'll have these guys together. Let's try and get the high ground somewhere. You know what? Let's attack over here first. Try and knock these guys out one by one. Okay, if you want to know how to get rid of the trees when you're looking at a map, that would be the spacebar. We're going to have our Slayers back here because, like I said, I think they're going to have the Marauder Cavalry try and take us down. So, I just want these guys. Let's set up. I apologize for being so particular, but again, it's first battle and it's pretty much critical that we get it right. You know what? We'll put Dwarf Warriors on the outside, like this. Dwarf warriors on the outside like this. We're gonna put great weapons and these beasts in the middle. Okay.
The clans unite!
And if I had to guess, the Marauder Horsemen are going to be coming, trying to loop around. So we are going to still leave our Slayers there. Okay. Slayers back here. There we go. Hero right in the middle. Alright. Start the battle. We are going to move forward.
For the ancestors! Obey me! Let the vengeance begin! Iron breakers! Shoot the wazooks! Kazook!
And I'm not gonna waste any time. We are going to take it to these guys as fast as we can.
Slayers! Stop! Lock formation! Halt! For the Karazhan Corps! Attack the Urks! By Grimnir I order thee! Stay as one! Pick your targets well! Slayers!
Okay. So we have most of the Marauder Horsemen over here. We have one coming from the left, but most...
It's a reckoning!
Okay, I don't know why.
Iron breakers! Take them down!
I don't know why these guys are airing out like that. Where is the Lord?
Kill them!
I'm just gonna send our Lord right after him.
Slayers! Slay everything without a beard!
Slayers.
Axes out!
We'll send our...
Breakers! Dwarves, ready axes!
Okay.
Kill them all in beard's reach!
We're sending our Slayers after those Marauder Horsemen. As long as the Slayers don't get caught, they should be fine.
For the Karazhan Corps! Quarrelers! Runesmith!
We're gonna boost our leadership of our guys here.
It is a reckoning!
And we're gonna get a nice... There we go. Alright. And immediately, Thorgard is just crushing this Lord. Beautiful. Alright, so we've already broken 2 of their units. We're gonna get a nice... We're gonna get a nice surround here.
Move now! Nothing can stop us!
Keep pouring missile fire into these guys. I'm gonna pull these guys back so that they can shoot. We're gonna have missile fire pouring into these Marauder Horsemen. I don't know why these guys aren't shooting. Probably because they are black powder missiles, and if they're black powder missiles right now, that's kind of bugged in this game.
Slayers! Drain them!
Okay. We're gonna start pouring fire into the infantry here.
Vengeance! Attack!
The Slayers aren't the best unit for this job.
Yes!
These guys are.
Rage fast!
These Chaos Marauders.
Move now! We have scores to settle!
Okay. And
Dwarf warriors! For the ancestor gods!
Alright,
The clans unite!
we're gonna have our lord come back here.
Our fire
And now we're just gonna play the defensive game.
We will have vengeance! Valaya, bless our aim!
Our slayers.
Dowie, attack! Warriors, right on! Let the vengeance begin!
There we go.
They have wronged us! Attack the orcs! Lord!
Boost our leadership over there.
For the Carasan
Hopefully those Marauder Horsemen will flee that way. And alright, let's start rocking and rolling. Let's pour more fire into here. Don't want to lose that Runesmith if I don't have to. He's getting it handed to him right now, so hopefully we can get a rear charge on this guy. We're going to send Thorgard after their lord. Alright, and we're going to start pouring more fire in. Just keep pouring fire in. Thorgard can't get to the lord, so here's what we'll do. I was going to say focus fire, but can't do that either.
Slayers, ready to strike! Move to attack! Attack the orcs!
Okay.
Dwarf warriors!
Alright, so we're really just going to have to kind of... I mean, just keep firing into the back of the pile. Remember, as I said, the Arc of Fire should allow us to continue to hit that infantry without hitting our own guys, which is huge. So I think the way this this lord is being handled, yeah. So Thorgard's got him. We are chasing. There it is. Okay, so this should be a mass shatter. Yes. Okay, so we killed the lord, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good job. All right, so we did not lose a unit. Pretty good, pretty nice on our part. Well done all around. These slayers were key in knocking out that first unit of Marauder Horsemen. Those Marauder Horsemen can be a nightmare if they're left to just run around and shoot at your units. You favor birds, Zarnath. Since you like birds so much, traitor, I will make you one. Wulfric the Wanderer. I guess I should have read that more in Wulfric's style, but I apologize. Zarnath was a Chaos Champion, Norscan warlord that did not get along very well with Wulfric. And if you guys know anything about Wulfric, he's not very forgiving. So, okay, perfect. Alright, and we will execute the captives. Got the giant blade, which is awesome. Oh, how do you want the Chaos Invasion mechanics to work? We're going to go default. The giant blade is going to give Thorgard plus 10% weapon strength. And Thorgard gained a level, so we're going to give him Route Marcher. And I normally like to go with the red line first and buff my units, but I don't know, this seems like the upkeep for the units. Nah, you know what, we'll go Inspiring Presence. We will increase our leadership. Now all we have to do here,
time to slay old breakers.
Alright, so we're gonna have to fight this again. And okay, So this looks like it's going to be a rather tight quarters battle, which actually works in our favor, so that's pretty cool. I do have the Grand Campaign map pack on, and so it looks like they'll be starting over here. We'll be starting over here.
Lord, kill Hux! For the
We'll make it just like last time.
This is a reckoning! Slayers! For the Karazhan-Kor!
Alright, so I don't know if they'll come to us or not. I doubt it, since we're attacking. I know I wouldn't. Okay. We're gonna put this unit like, just in here. Just beef up these guys. Gonna put our Slayers back here as well. So these three will make up our front line. We're gonna have Thorgard in front because he's a stud. I'm gonna leave the Runesmith in the middle since he got a little whooped last time. And we'll lock this formation for now, and we should be good. Let's go. Alright. Gonna move on, dwarves. Pump those dwarfen legs. Alright, so let's see what they're thinking. So, alright, so they're thinking kind of ambush, maybe? Again, really cool job on the Grand Campaign map, mod maps, very cool. Okay, we'll speed this up. Looks like they may be pretty confident in their army here. So, yeah, they definitely are. Okay, so we're gonna stop here.
For the ancestors!
We're gonna set up formation.
Charge! Pump those dwarfen legs!
Told you guys. It's all about the dwarfen legs. I love talking about their legs. They're very vain.
Will be ours. Go! For the Karazhan-Kor!
Alright, so... Oh. Oh, yeah, no, they have not stopped. So, they're basically saying, we think, since we have the men, that we are better than you, and we're gonna go out and try and prove them wrong. So let's do that.
It is a reckoning.
Turn skirmish off. We're gonna turn guard mode on. Turn guard mode on for these units. Turn guard mode on for these units.
Iron breakers.
Alright. Obviously we don't have iron breakers, but those are the Huskarls saying that. Okay.
Take them down. Fire on the foe.
Okay. And our Quarrelers are making very short work of these Marauder Horsemen. If you are wondering, no, I do not have Steel Faith Overhaul. I've tried Steel Faith Overhaul, and I do not like it, to be honest. If you ask me why, I think it changes too much of the dynamic of, you know, knowing which units are good and which aren't. I mean, you could argue this is a lot in and of itself, you know, having these all these new units for Krakadrak, but okay.
Iron breakers. Quarrelers. Get 'em all.
Oh, cool! They throw axes. Oh man, really cool. So those Huskarls are chucking magical axes, which is really neat. The Slayers aren't going to do much in that fight, but you know, I don't need them to do much. I just need them for the surround, to be honest, and more the morale breaking than anything else. Okay, and the Marauder Horsemen breaking again, as they're wont to do very, very often. Okay, and we're just going to keep piling in. I used to know the historical term for this military way of fighting, where you just kind of overpower one side of the line and then just kind of sweep over it like a wave. But I apologize, that name has since escaped me. And you know what? Why not? We'll have our guys chase these guys, get as much experience as possible. Nothing bad should come of it. Let's watch some dwarves chase down some marauders. I don't think they can catch them. Yeah, alright, so that's okay. So we will end this battle. Very nicely done, again. The computer didn't give us much of a chance, but that's okay. The weak elves of Ulthuan fear us, for our ways are the true ways. They fear what they cannot understand, and instead cower behind the lies of their false history. Fools and cowards. It is but a matter of time before we wipe them from Ulthuan and regain our rightful place as masters of that isle. And from there, we shall take the world. Caress, witch elf. Those crazy witch elves. They never did get it. Right, nicely done, guys. Nicely done. Okay, we will occupy. Oh, also got the Crown of Command. That gives Thorgard the ability to make a unit unbreakable. And a Dwarfen Tattooist, the ability to etch runes into dwarf flesh will keep the spirit of the Karas Angkor alive and well. Very cool. So that gives +3 to Untainted for Thorgard, so that's good. We will put the Mighty Oathstone in here. That will give all of the units, when this is used, in a 40-meter radius for 25 seconds, plus 27 melee defense, which is a lot, and expert charge defense. So if you're coming up in a cavalry heavy armies, things like that, that'll be good. And I just thought about it. I want to get this Purebeard. I want to remove the taint from these lands as quickly as possible. I don't want to be suffering attrition in my lands constantly. We'll also use Cleanse Corruption with our Runesmith, and I do usually enjoy these blue lines, but I don't really need any of these, to be honest. And the biggest part, the runes for the Runesmiths and Lords in Total Warhammer is just amazing. So that's always a plus. Okay, so there are no regiments of renown for Krakendrak. That's okay. It kind of makes sense, to be honest. And you know, I may just push forward and take this and wipe the Bear Sindlings out immediately.
Address me as
I don't like these Skaven sitting here, but there's not much we can do about it at this time. Alright, so let's just end the turn for now. I gotta say, guys, I'm really liking the Krakendrak dwarves and what they did. Okay, so our allies having war declared on them. That's not cool. So we definitely want Kislev to survive, so we may have to attack those Skaven rather soon. Okay, we are going to upgrade Skollstraken. I want to be able to build a wall there, especially because that is, again, very close to the Skaven. And they breed like crazy, as you can see. Yeah, they already have pretty significant forces. Kalak. And then they have, how many? 7. Whoo, 12. We have how many? 10. I'm a fool. I should have built more earlier. Alright. We'll get 2 Quarrelers. Screw it, we're gonna get just a ton of Quarrelers. Yeah, we're just gonna get a lot of Quarrelers because they have a lot of Marauder Horsemen, and that's gonna be a problem. I do also have a mod for rights for the old world factions, and the Dwarfen rune crafting. If you know anything about the Tomb Kings faction, they can craft items for themselves. Obviously, the dwarves being some of the best smiths, actually the best smiths of the Warhammer world, it only makes sense that they should be able to create items for themselves as well. So every mod that I put in here, I try and do it for, you know, fun and lore friendly reasons. So just giving you some backup information there. Crack-a-drac, nothing doing. This is very quickly turning over to chaos.
Asinine mortal.
And okay, all right. But if we can take Bearsenling's camp, then we should be okay. If not, this is a failed campaign right from the very start. And again, that's okay. This is more for, you know, our enjoyment. Just seeing something that, you know, fans make, and it's amazing the amount of attention to detail and time that these modders put into this stuff. So I really do appreciate it from a fan standpoint. It's really cool. Alright, so let's see what they did over here while we were. Okay, cool. Uh-oh, famine. Food is scarce. The fetid hand of Nurgle is no doubt involved, causing crops to wither, milk to sour, and game to diminish. Another source of sustenance must be found. Dang it. Alright, so we have lost growth, but all hope is not lost. Runic talismans. So it reduces our attrition? What would this do? More untainted. We're just going to keep going down this line, guys, because honestly, there's just so much corruption here that early game, that's going to be what we're going to want to focus on.
Never.
Oh my goodness, he's building up a stack. Okay.
That will incur my wrath.
Okay, well,
Summon me if you dare.
if that's the case, then here's what we're going to do. We're going to build another lord. Because I, lucky enough, have pretty solid income. Hates chaos worshippers. That might be the guy for the job. So he gets weapon strength +5 for all units when fighting against Chaos and Norsca. Any Norse dwarf would gladly burn chaos worshippers down to their black nails. This one would just keep them alive in the process. That's cool. That's cool. In and of itself, that's neat. Alright, so we're gonna load up on Quarrelers, and because honestly, Quarrelers can, I feel, can go pretty, they can go pretty much toe-to-toe with Chaos Marauders. So we're going to do that, and we should have 2 more turns to recruit units. For this guy, okay, so for Thorgard we will do, just because I am betting he's got a lot of infantry. I love ranged units, but you know, range can only go so far. You need a front line to protect him, so that's what we're going to do. Let's see.
Kislev.
Erengrad.
My glacial majesty Katarina.
I don't know why does he still not like me. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I apologize for the wait here, guys, but to be honest, I really, you know, I just want to make sure we're playing this right. And I feel like this is the right play. Especially because then we can start working on 2 stacks at once, which if we get 2 come on guys, what are they called? 2 whole God, the word is escaping me right now, but basically regions, you know, within the first 10 turns, that should really help us with our long-term economic and military goals. Alright, strict regimes cannot be maintained without strict discipline, so Thorgard gets +1 to public order in the local provinces he's in. Our rune smith gains a level, so we will do +30 armor, the Rune of Oath and Steel, and I want the cooldown, but this forge fire, the fires of a runesmith's forge burn brighter and hotter, its blessing upon an ally's weapons, increasing their potency. So this is a constant buff of 40 meter range for plus 10% armor piercing damage for all units. That is pretty impressive. Alright, this guy has 10 units now. What does this have? So they're still sitting at 15. So we will have 23. They're gonna have, God, 29, if not more. Alright, what do we have here? The Ungruvalk Channel. Wow, that gives you a lot of stuff. The Ungruvalk is an impressive underground channel that connects Strojtraken to the Sea of Claws, and thus Krakadrak to Kislev in the Empire. Very cool. We can't build that yet because it's not level 3, but we will build a garrison. I want these cities heavily defended, because goodness knows we're going to need it. I have a feeling this could get ugly. I have a feeling. All right, so I want to see how we're doing public order-wise over here in Krakadrak province. That's it, guys. Province. Figured it out. I apologize for not remembering that sooner. Alright, so Gruni is ready. Gruni is ready. He's going to do that. What I'm going to do is
do not displease me.
Move through the underway. No, you know what? We'll just do this. And we're going to encamp. And that'll allow us to continue to replenish.
Let us be about this.
While Gruni gets to hang out in Frozen Landing.
My axe
That's good.
for war.
How much movement range? Okay, so 50% movement range. So right there, if you see in the bottom left, do you see If I move this, it tells goes from 53 to 49%. So right here, that's pretty much the maximum range I can move while still encamping. So that's what we'll do, because that will allow us to strike. We should be able to hit Bearsonling's camp next turn then. And as long as our friends over here, the Acelings, hold off, we should be able to make a nice little clean sweep back the other way. I'm hoping anyway. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I downloaded a lot of mods. A lot of them are visual as well. Like for the Grand Campaign map, the big cities will show. They're gonna show nice flavor for what it should actually look like. You know, when you hear from the lore and all that. So it's really interesting, really cool. I like it a lot. I think it's fun. Oh, yep, there they come. Okay, so that's just something we're gonna have to deal with because we want to make sure these Bearsonlings are done. He's got a ton of Marauder Horsemen, probably because he saw I had a ton of Quarrelers.
Grudges will be settled. Attack! Bring them!
Alright, we are just gonna auto-resolve this one, just because you guys have seen this battle a few times already, and I feel we're gonna have a lot more of them to come. There we go. Pretty decisive victory. I do say so myself. Armor of Destiny. Plus 6 armor, plus 10% ward save, plus 10% physical resistance for Gruni Skolson. So that's our other lord. Province secured. We took care of the Bearsonlings.
Wisdom of Valea.
Thorgard. We will give Purebeard. So we've got that done. So the local province is really kicking into high gear with the
time for a reckoning. Move!
With the Untainted. So we're gonna have a rebellion here. There's nothing we can do about it. Nothing at all.
That will incur
Oh my goodness.
wrath.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're just gonna have to hightail it back the other way as soon as we can. Commandment available. You know what we're gonna do. We're gonna venerate the ancestors, get that public order and Untainted up. Play through one more turn. I have a feeling the Acelings are gonna attack me. If they don't, I mean, cool, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, sure, but okay. So this guy's like, hey, I think we can win. I'm like, hey, I would happen to agree with that. I don't know exactly where this is. Oh, it was in my lands. Oh, it's a rebel uprising. Oh, this is Kiss. Okay. So this is the rebellion that just popped up. So we're gonna deal with this like I usually deal with the Chaos versus Dwarf. If it's not, you know, Chaos being OP. So, alright. So we're coming from this angle. There they all are. And here's our brave Kislevite general, Victor. And, alright. So we have one unit of Marauder Horsemen, one unit of Chaos Warhounds, and then just a bunch of chaff Chaos Marauders, and a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire, level 1. So he shouldn't have much, if any, spells. And so yeah, so we shouldn't have to worry about too much. Grunny.
Do not engage!
And I'm glad we picked Grunny now, especially with this Chaos Uprising.
Keep him at beard's length!
Okay.
Dwarf warriors!
So we're going to make a rather thick line.
Quarrelers! Down!
And we're going to do this. Quarrelers right behind him. We're going to put Grunny right in the middle.
Shield bearers, ho!
We're going to take
Quarrelers!
Quarrelers off skirmish.
To get close, nothing. For the
We're going to
ancestor
turn everybody to guard
gods.
mode.
Aye.
And where is... I can't tell. Okay, so if we want the high ground, technically we should go over here.
Lord,
Oh, right, but we technically attacked.
vengeance!
Oh, God, I hate the AI sometimes. Alright,
We will have vengeance! I am the ranking lord!
okay. So we're going to speed this up. Okay. Please don't get that far ahead. We are dwarves after all. This guy is just suicidal beyond belief. Okay. I don't know why you would do that. I have no idea why you would do that. So I want Grunny to go around and get that lord. There we go. Alright. You attack him. Get him. Now we'll slow it down. Now we'll slow it down. Alright.
Quarrelers! Pick your targets well! Shoot the wazzocks! Yes!
Okay.
It's an order!
And there we go. Get a nice shot of our Dwarf Lord versus Chaos Sorcerer Lord. He's doing his best.
Quarrelers! Take them down!
And buff our leadership.
For the carrier's anchor!
Alright.
Anu!
Here we go.
Anu!
Shoot right into those Chaos Marauders.
How about them?
I know we could get it aside.
War
But you know what we'll do?
vengeance. Understood, Lord.
Here.
Understood.
Each of these quarters
Shoot the
takes one of these
wazzocks.
units. And just
Fire
please
on
take
the
them out.
foe. Down! Vengeance! Yes!
Okay. Okay, so they're shattered.
Fire on the foe! We are relentless! Rage far, rage fast!
Okay.
Most of the throng! Drag them! Castle! Yes, yes! Targets, Lord! We have scores to
Okay.
settle! Chaos stone!
Our dwarf warriors are just
Quarrelers!
being so brave right now.
Move! Rage fire! Rage fast!
Okay, so you still this.
For the High King!
Here we go.
Get them!
We're just gonna turn.
The throng is no
Uh-oh,
more!
uh-oh, uh-oh, guys. Oh no, camera, camera. Look at that, and just pour it into him there. Camera work is very shoddy right now, and I apologize. There we go. And boom. Last buff to leadership needed. And perfect.
Fire on the foe!
And I will let the Quarrelers do their thing. Pick off some more of these Chaos Marauders. Actually, don't kill that Chaos Lord. And end battle, because they're not going to catch him. Because they're dwarves with tiny little stumpy legs. Okay, so our suicidal Kislevites Lord got us into a battle. So thank you for that, sir. We shall strike down our foe with sharp steel and cold hearts. The weak die, so that the strong shall be spared. Then and only then will our enemies know the true meaning of fear. Malekith, Witch King of Naggaroth. I love Malekith. I think he is just the bee's knees. Kind of whiny, but man, he's cool. 94 kills for these Quarrelers right here. Awesome. Awesome work. God, I love Quarrelers. Early game, they're just so awesome. Alright, we are going to execute captives. So, Gruni just got a Brewmaster, which is going to increase income in the local region. Oh, come on. Alright. Well, we'll fight it, but this time what we're going to do, we are just going to... I mean, my troops are exhausted, so what we'll do is we're going to so this guy, I mean, again, just suicidal beyond belief.
Muster the throng! It is a reckoning for the ancestors! Quarrelers!
We're just gonna send the Quarrelers out there.
Tear them down!
Really. And
We will have vengeance! Charge!
I'll put our infantry right here.
Nothing can stop us!
And just because that's kind of close to where the Quarrelers will stop. And I'm gonna send Gruni, keep forgetting his name, right after the Lord. Yeah, our guys are exhausted, so it's going to take them forever to get there. So, our ally just got... I wish I could rewind that. He just got absolutely... He's getting pelted by fireballs right now. And, yeah, so that's what you get for being insanely suicidal. Okay. Fast forward.
Shoot the Wazzicks! Aye!
Okay.
For the Callers Encore! Hit your targets well!
Okay. Oh right, I have skirmish mode on.
Ready!
Turn that off.
We stay put!
There we go. Alright. And
Now works! Feel our rock! Axes out! Good!
3, 2, 1, boom. Alright.
Ready!
Okay.
Can only be its reach! Fire on the foe! The Guilds want them dead!
Alright, so we're probably gonna lose at least one unit of Dwarf Warriors here. I don't know how this Chaos Sorcerer Lord is still standing.
Quarrelers!
way. Okay, good. Alright, so they're broken. Alright, end the battle. That was a little more annoying than I wanted it to be. The hellish slavering beastmen warhords are the very embodiment of darkness itself, the realm of chaos made manifest. Petrus Stavehart, official scribe of the Holy Order of the Templars of Sigmar. Templars, I'm sorry. So we still didn't lose a unit. Our 8-unit troop of dwarves got 7 kills, pretty good. These guys already chevroned. They have 29 kills. We're gonna get more unit experience, more leadership. And I swear, thank you. Now go away. God. You know, sometimes the AI, like, you're their ally and they think they're doing you a favor, and it's like you're not doing me any sort of favor right now. And the uprising is still there. There we go. Alright. Well, this is, this last end turn, I'm sorry guys, I meant to finish about 15 minutes ago, but this has dragged on. But you gotta fight on. We're definitely not gonna win this. There's just too many numbers, and it's not goblins, it's Chaos Marauders. Chaos Marauders, you know, are much better than your average chaff infantry unit. They're still chaff, but they're not that bad. We're just going to take the hill, and we're just going to hold it as long as dwarfenly possible. And that's how it's going to be. We're going to put the put miners on either side, just in case. You know what? They're probably not even going to try and be sneaky. They have so many units, so we don't have to be sneaky either. We'll just block up and take the brunt, and that'll be that. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, you see those marauders are just brutal. The horseman marauders, that is. Alright, let's see how many of these guys we can take down with us. One unit of our miners is getting run off the field. Man, dwarves are stubborn. Alright. So. Okay. Looks like they're making a good count for themselves. Overall. That's alright. Decisive. Defeat those knights who swear fealty to the lady and to the king. Ride to defend what was and what will be again. Celeste Verite, damsel of the lady. That was very rude. We got 344 kills, so we got more kills than they did. But they also had more than double our units, so... Brought a knife to a gunfight in that situation, that's for sure. Even though there was nothing we could do about it. Okay. Well, at least they didn't burn it to the ground. That was considerate of them. So that for sure will be the next thing we take care of. Okay, we're going to get this guy Route Marcher. We're also going to give him Purebeard. I'm going to build him just like I'm going to build Thorgard. I'm going to take him to Frozen Landing. because he can't make it Scourge tracking.
It is time. Ready, axes?
Thorgard will take care of this guy. Peace out. Alright.
Let us
Slaughter him.
begin.
Oh, Drakegard, the Forsaken. The Huskarls of Kraka-Dorden were far away when the hold fell to Throg. As one dwarf, they swore the oath and had been unsuccessfully hunting for their death since then. The Thunderbows, these Pathgrinders, wield crossbows to fire runestone darts at the unlucky target, Raiders of the Lost Urk. During one of their raids, these rangers annihilated an orc tribe from the south, but for their shaman, the raiders still chase him to repay for the curse he has laid on them. The Carians, these Bearsenling exiles, have learned some of the Kurgan tricks of mounted warfare. Ogre Three Fingers, creators of many powerful runes, whose side effects are greater than the intended purpose. The now demented Rune Master is still a powerful foe. The Crimson Bane, the Stormbeards of Fravnaveg, once chased the Molder pack into their own nest. They emerged miles away, leaving a trail of destruction through miles and miles of lairs. Molder, Clan Molder, that's Skaven. Stoneguard, the resolve of these ward bearers is undisputed, as they are the last survivors of unspeakable struggles. They will still speak of them. Okay, Scalf got the Choirmaster. A typical Choirmaster's conundrum is how many verses of She Was Only a Halfling's Daughter to regale the Elven Ambassador with, the full 260 or the shorter 180 stanza version. Public order and Untainted increased. Wow. Apparently, when you're playing one of these unlocked factions, all of their regiments of renown come unlocked at once if you have that mod, and I do. And the Drakegard, the personal bodyguard of the Norse High King, will stand by his oathstone and die to the last if need be.
For the wisdom of the lair.
Alright, so what do we get next here, guys? What do we get here next? Okay, so let's own our allied territory. So that's not going to help us to take back our land. Dwarf warriors, quarrelers, vigor loss. We'll go with quarrelers.
What?
We're also going to go with Runist Grudge. Raiders, warriors of the Runist powers, demons. After generations of struggle, the seething hatred against these foes has grown in an ancestral grudge. So that would increase, but that's his damage only. And what I care about is getting these runes up and running. So we're going to do Strike the Runes. Runesmith may strike the runes, an analogy for keeping them hot, refusing to let them cool. So that's a reduction in the cooldown of Rune of Oath and Steel, which would add 30 armor to all units in a 40-meter radius. We only have 158 gold income coming in, and apparently we can't recruit any of these regiments of renown yet. That's okay, I wasn't expecting to. Okay, our Untainted is still doing well here, so that's good.
Your demise is certain.
And I'm not really scared of these guys. If we can get half these regiments of renown, we should be good. Alright, well, I hope you've enjoyed seeing Kraka-Drak, the Norscan dwarfs. Thank you for joining me today. If if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see, let me know, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Alright, thanks. Bye.